and we are back here on Tobago Updates Youth Wednesdays here at Portmore, Scarborough. We're starting our first interview with the one and only Arianna Millan. She is the owner of Gifted Fingers by Riri. Yes, that's correct. I want to make sure that I get that correct, you know. So we will be speaking about her experience through CXC. We know it's a rigorous process, but Arianna made it out to being on the merit list, the only Tobago student to make it to the merit list for visual arts. And she's also been placed 12th in the Caribbean for this subject area. Right, so we're moving on into our interview. Arianna, good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right. So one special thing, Dwayne mentioned that there were 3 birthdays today. We read 2, but Arianna is our 3rd. So we're going to say happy birthday to Arianna. Shout out to Arianna's family who will be joining her to celebrate this birthday today. So you want to tell us a little bit about your plans, or are you giving you the plans with your family? You want to tell us a little bit about your plans?
I already have no plans this morning.
You have no plans at all?
No, not really.
You're just going to walk. You know, Scarborough is a lovely place, you know. So you're going to walk about Scarborough, try to enjoy yourself today, make the best of it. Yes?
Yeah.
Arianna is currently a student at the Speyside High School. This is where she registered for CXC, and through this is where she got her learning experience to pursue visual arts for CXC itself. Yes? Right. So, how was your preparation for exams like?
I would say the preparations were very hectic because it was a lot of stress doing, have to go through books and have to do these business for art as well. So it was kind of hard to balance.
Right. So you mentioned your balance, right? What was your strategy like? I know obviously visual arts wasn't the only subject that you would have pursued at the 5th form level. So what other subjects did you do, and how did you balance it? What was your strategy?
Well, I did chemistry, biophysics, clothing and textiles, maths and English, and obviously art. But what I did was, on evenings when I go home, I do the work that I have to do first, like the homework, and then I sit down, I paint or I sew the bags and other things.
Right. Okay, so what was your preparation for visual arts itself like? So you mentioned that you did balance the subjects that you had, but what was your preparation for visual arts itself? I had a few friends that did visual arts, and it was a rigorous process to get ready for CXC. So what was that process like for you?
Well, it was kind of, I would say, a little challenging because the SBAs I had to do over some SBAs for art. But I pulled through thanks to my teacher, Miss Orr, Sir Thomas and Sir Roberts. I had the opportunity to pull through, and then I had these other things to do. So,
okay, because you're balancing Riri's Gifted Hands by Riri.
yeah.
Yes, and you're also preparing for CXC itself, as well as balancing the other stuff. You had a lot on your plate for CXC, but I'm happy you pulled through to make it to the merit list for visual arts as the only student from Tobago. Let me just mention that one more time. All right, so what made you choose the pieces that you did for the exam? What inspired your choice? Was it strategy, what you were best at, or did you have inspiration from elsewhere?
Well, what chose me to do underwater paintings, because that's what mostly all my art SB is about. I would say when I was small, my parents would, carry me to Pigeon Point Beach, although I can't swim to save my life. But we went on a glass bottom boat, and I was looking underwater. I was like, these corals are beautiful. So these paintings are a vision of what the underwater will look, even though I'm not under there, but is what my vision will look like.
So this is art underwater from your perspective on land, because as you said, you can't swim.
Yeah.
I join you. I have no shame. I live on an island and can't swim. Right. Okay, so were you always into art, or was it something that you developed along the way?
I would say it runs in the family, actually. So from my grandparents, my daddy, my mommy. So it actually runs in the family, and I started to love it because from small I used to take like sharpener shavings and stick up and make other things. So it could say runs in the family.
All right. What is your end goal for your art? What do you want to be when you grow up? Do you want to be an artist, or is there a specific area that you'll be getting into?
Well, to be honest, I want to do a phlebotomy. Like a doctor,
Phlebotomy.
but the art and the sewing just like a side hobby, you know, to make money. So it's a little side hobby. So
Don't be afraid of saying that is a way of making money. Two incomes are always better than one, really and truly. Right. So you want to become a phlebotomist and do your art on the side. So tell us a little bit about your business, Gifted Hands by Riri.
So this business started when I decided to make one bag. Like my cousin actually taught me how to make the bag. And at this, after a time I started sitting down and saying, you know what? Why not start a business with painting and the bags? So I decided to sew bags, pencil cases. I started to do the netted covering for bathing suits. I was like, you know what, why not start a business so they could get it to match it? They all fit everything when they go into the beach. I started doing paintings where my aunties and started asking me to do some paintings for them actually. So I would just want to say thanks to God that I have the opportunity to do this, that He gave me the strength to do all of this. So
it's you that I'll be checking to have my bath suit coverall customized, right? So if I give you a color and the design and everything, you'll put it together for me.
I'll put it together.
Great. Love to hear it. How has what was your sales have been like? So you said that some of your aunts have requested paintings and stuff from you. Have you had any sales to the general public? And where can we find your information and the rest of your art?
Well, you could go to Instagram and put Riri's_gifted hands 18.
Okay, so we'll have the studio put that up for viewers so that they can take a visit to your page and get those lovely bathsuit coveralls. I am stuck on that. And they can also get the paintings and the art and stuff like that. Okay, so what is your piece of advice to students pursuing CXC art this year? Seeing that you did make it to the merit list, I know it was a hard journey, as you've said. What is your advice to students pursuing visual arts this year?
Well, first of all, I want to tell them put God first, because He's the reason why we are alive today. He's the reason we can reach to the end. He's the reason I end up on the merit list, because without Him, I wouldn't be there. And I would say do not give up. Let your teachers guide you. You might get a little buffing, but the little buff is what get me there.
Right.
So it's yeah.
Okay. What was your reaction like when you found out that you were on the merit list?
I would say I was just surprised. I couldn't believe it because it is my first time ending up there. So I would say I was actually shocked.
You were shocked. Okay, and I saw your aunt walking with you this morning. What was her, because I know her personally, what was her reaction like? And what was your family's reaction to you being on the merit list?
My mommy, she was very happy. Like, she was smiling. That everybody was happy.
And how did you find out that you were 12th in the Caribbean for visual arts?
I would say a teacher, she's like my mother in school. So she messaged my mom and told her that our very own Arianna Millan has placed 12th in the Caribbean and the only student from Tobago. So that's how I got to know that I ended up on the merit list for visual arts.
Okay, and any advice to young people having to balance so much for CXC, because you balance your business, the other subjects, and visual arts itself? I mean, it was part of your subject areas, but you put more emphasis into visual arts, I should say, to be on the merit list. So what advice do you have to students balancing other things other than their schoolwork itself and those aspiring to have a business like yours?
I would say do not give up, put your heart out in it, or like be more persistent about it, be more determined, because you will reach there, you will get there. Do not give up, like how some other people don't give up already. So, just be more out there.
Okay. All right. So, Arianna, I am giving you the opportunity to shout out those of your family members and your friends that helped you along the way and are continually supporting you in your ventures. So, you can go right ahead and give them a little shout out.
I would like to say thank you to my mommy, my daddy, my brothers, I would like to say thank you to my aunties, my cousins, my friends. Tinia, I have a bathing suit for you, but don't worry, you'll get it. So I like to say thank you for them, because without them and God, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be able to do art. So,
Okay.
so I say thank you.
Right. I am personally requesting an art piece. I don't like underwater life. I don't like to be underwater either. So I'm
Visualize.
requesting a marine life art piece from you. Okay? All right. So thank you, Arianna, for joining us today on Tobago Updates Youth Wednesdays. We continue, of course, with our program. We will have the interdepartment discussion with Mr. Shaquille Sylvester. So we ask you to stay tuned and share the live, share the live, share